Hi, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Yacht Crew Vlogs right here on Yachting International Radio. My name is Rhea. I am your host, and we welcome you back to the Super Yacht Charity Seven Seas Challenge. It is now 5 a.m. CET time and 4 a.m. in England, of course. How's it going? We welcome Glen Taylor. Actually, I should welcome you. How are you? You're on a bike at the moment.
Oh, well, yeah, we're fine, Rhea. Thank you for reminding me of the time. It's 4:10 in the morning. Back in my good old days, I'd have been crawling out of a nightclub at this point, and now I feel like I want to be crawling into bed. We're going well. We're ahead of schedule. We're tired. We're still having fun. We're still smiling. But I think there's just a lot of grimacing. I think people are talking about injuries. We're going to have to drill toenails. There's lots of good fun things that are going on at the moment.
Well, I have to say, one of the questions that I had, because you were currently in Bath in Jim Marine, and overnight, of course, a Friday night, I imagine you saw quite a few characters throughout the night.
Oh, we've seen it all. It's in fact, I was doing a ride at midnight, and one of the guys next to me said, "I've not spoken to and seen this many women in years," and he sat on a bike. So it's an eye-opener. We've had tramps, we've had drunk women, we've had people throwing money under a door for us, wanting to ask every question about what we're doing, which, as you can probably tell from my breathing, that gets harder and harder the more you're trying to talk to people. But we've seen, it's a vibrant place. We're right in the middle of Bath. It's brilliant.
So I guess if you ever know you need to raise money for any reason whatsoever, this seems to be a good idea. Do it in front of a really big window in the center of the city.
Yeah, why not? Next time we're going to go and do it in the middle of London, like Knightsbridge or Covent Garden. Let's see what we get there. No, it's been really good. It's kept us smiling. It really has. And I think we've all just sat here chuckling because there's people out there that have had probably 10, 15 pints and they're going to wake up feeling better than we are. And that's quite demoralizing.
Do you know what though? I think in 2 days, you're going to feel so good about what you've done because you've already exceeded your goal in fundraising, and all the money that is coming in now is actually just even sweeter.
Yeah, it's the icing on the cake. And actually, you know what? I think yesterday, early in the day, I was obsessed with how much money we raised, how much money we raised. Since then, it's just how far have we got? Where are we nearly there in Mallorca? Because the fundraising's just surpassed all our expectations. In honesty, I think we were at 13.5 or 13.2. I say when I went to bed, but that doesn't really count for anything because I haven't really gone to bed. But we're doing great. We're really doing great.
Well, I mean, if anybody wants to follow the progress, we're going to make sure that the website is underneath this interview so that you can check the progress. They've got a map and you're keeping it up to date occasionally when you have a moment. And what I see so far is you're just over the halfway mark, which is great news because that's ahead of schedule, as we spoke about off air. And tonight you're supposed to sort of all get together and hopefully enjoy a meal together as opposed to maybe fall asleep at the table.
Yeah, we'll see what we get. I think there's 21 of us going to dinner, and I'm going to take a bet that 10 of us are asleep before 10 o'clock. I think there's going to be some very tired feet out there. But as you say, we're ahead of schedule, and I think initially we were supposed to finish at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
And at the moment, it looks like we're on schedule to finish at about 4:30.
Wow. So you guys have made some serious time.
We have. We've made up some. I think everyone's just slightly exceeded the target. We've got a couple of very strong rowers. We've got one in the background here who's just a machine. He's been rowing for 4 hours. And he's not a rower. He's trained, for a month to do this? And he just sits on a rower. It's like a metronome. He doesn't stop. So
that's amazing.
People like that make it a lot easier for the rest of us.
Well, you know what? This doesn't stop here because in the coming months, people are able to challenge you and put together their own teams and do the same type of idea to continue to raise money for these charities.
That's why we're doing it. I just want to be the guinea pig here. This is not, the fundraising doesn't stop at 13.5, 14,000 pounds. I want this to be a repeatable model. That was the idea of this in the first place. So it's not, there will be an award for the fastest time and there will be an award for the most raised. We can't win that. So we challenge as many yachts, as many industry companies to go out there, put yourself in that pain chain, put yourself through that pain barrier, and just try and compete with us. Try and raise some money, because they're great causes. It's a healthy thing to do. Doesn't feel it at the moment, but the training and everything, we're all going to be a bit fitter than we were at the start. And yeah, we really want people to get on board with this. And that's our ask to the industry, is to come and support us now. We've done this, you help us.
Well, you know what? For anything that I know about the yachting industry, you've just hit on two very big things within yachting, which is being competitive and, of course, raising money for charity. Yachting has a very big heart when it comes to charity, and they also are very competitive against one another. So I think the fact that you guys did what you did, gave them the model, I think you're going to see some great results.
Well, let's hope so. And it's thanks to people like you for getting up at 5 in the morning to promote this and to talk to us. 4 in the morning. Sorry, 4 in the morning. You could tell I'm delirious. And we really call on people like that to help us. And I think I've also got to mention Jim Marine, because without Ed Thomas and Megan and the team at Jim Marine, this would have been a very different event, actually. And to have this facility where we can store all our drinks, everything's been segregated on the floor. I've got perspex between me and my colleague here. It's just been a great, really, really well organised event. So big thanks to Ed and Jim Marine.
Well, we're going to provide their link as well. But yeah, it's, as you said, so much money in raising was lost through all the balls and the dinners and the meals and things that you folks have throughout the year. So great on you for figuring out another way to circumvent that, and to challenge yourself and to challenge others. And that's what this is all about. I mean, giving to charity is one thing if you're just handing it, it out of your wallet. But if you're actually putting your heart and soul into it, I think that makes it even more special.
Well, at the start of the year, we were dealt a set of cards that weren't ideal. And, they say the definition of stupidity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome. And balls weren't going to work this year. So we put our heads together. I stupidly suggested this, and the trustees stupidly agreed. And here we are. And, compared to a ball, of course, £14,000, not huge. But if we can repeat that 6 times, then suddenly it becomes a really meaningful sum.
Well, you know what? If there's anybody out there in the yachting industry that is interested in taking on the challenge, I will offer my support, and I will do the same thing that I've done for Superyacht Charities, and I will bring you on air. We'll do interviews, and we'll get your face out there wherever we can to raise awareness for what you're doing. So please do. We'll provide all the information you need in the coming days in regards to this challenge if you want to take it on, and get you in contact with Glen.
Fantastic, and please do that. That's our job. Once this is all done, we have one kind of sole remit, and that's to make this possible for others. So, put them in contact. It's going to ease the pain, knowing that someone else is going to kind of take some of that pain.
Well, you know what? Now that I know it was your idea, I think there's going to be a lot of people that aren't going to like you tonight. They may like you in a few days, but tonight I don't think they're going to like you very much.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Well, Glen, I can tell you're getting out of breath, and you have been on that bike now for a bit of time. So we're going to let you go and get on with it. I wish you the best of luck, and maybe towards the end of this afternoon, we can get one last regroup before it's all over. So thank you for your time, and good luck on the finishing stretch, as it were.
Yeah, thank you, Ria. We appreciate you taking the time out. So, thank you for rooting for us from afar.
No worries. Once again, you've been watching the Superyacht Charities 7 Seas Challenge with Glen Taylor. This has been Yacht Crew Vlogs on Yachting International Radio. My name is Ria. I've been your host. Please tune in again for the next episode.